playing just so people have something to refer to.
Alright, we're good.
Okay.
We're
What about
recording.
streaming?
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so we'll have that running, just so people have something to refer to. This is just me teaching the same thing to Wiggler, which is a guy I met at the last Russell meetup, the monthly, or was it the big one?
Yeah.
One of them hotel. And I was just teaching him basically fireball game, not as detailed right now, but it's just me and him, and I'm helping him explore what it is. So like the fireball game is topic. So people can already have some idea of what they can expect when they experiment with this, just from watching it. But yeah, so let's start off. Because the audio was busted last time, let's have you review what you remember from last session.
Okay.
Yeah, like what do you remember? What did we go over?
So, trying to keep in lockstep with the opponent, like
Well, that
not so much lockstep per se, but like to try and maintain spacing through symmetrical motion with the opponent.
So don't go after the symmetrical motion. The symmetrical motion just happens to be a result if you're playing against somebody good who also knows what they're doing. It's if you see lockstep motion in your own replays, it's a good sign that at least one person, you or the other person, possibly both,
playing properly,
is doing something extremely right. But that's not the goal. The goal is to identify your spots, get to them, and hold on to them for your dear life. And remember any of the tools we went over to do that? How your experience experimenting with that was?
Yeah, for me, especially like in the corner, like you do see a lot of lower caliber players, even mid-level players. The first instinct of cornered is to jump out. When you don't always have to, you can walk forward, and especially against like a higher level player that's expecting the jump out, they'll give you the space to jump out specifically. But if they're doing that, then easily the best solution is to walk forward, because they're giving you the space to do it, and you're denying them their strategy of baiting a desperation jump in.
Absolutely. That's why in Street Fighter 6 people say the best option is just jump forward. No. I mean, it's an option.
But it does depend on the situation. It depends on the player, because like if they're giving you just enough space to do like a reversal,
so,
but you need to get out of the corner, then your best solution would be to jump forward, because at the very worst you're going to eat a like crosscut DP or
so you're getting into something I want to talk about. Episode 3, or maybe 4 if you include that video as episode 1. So the next episode 4, I want to talk about like standard procedure, which is basically like everything. Like I'm giving you a framework to understand like the basic options, right? Everything has an exception. Everything, you have to know the rules before you can break them, so to speak.
Right, exactly.
So I'm giving you the rules, and if you have a reason to break them, then you can break them. But know that most of the time when people think they have a reason to break the rules, it's really not a good enough reason. Like, you have to be very, 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 very picky about when you break the rules.
There has to be a comprehensive knowledge before you can actually do it. If you don't have that, then it's pointless to even attempt it.
And even with the comprehensive knowledge, the amount of times you break the rule are very, very, very minimal.
It's not always cut and dry, and like to say I thought I could do it, then you don't know whether you could do it or not.
Which is why the very first video I made, the one where I said I wanted to give people the idea of like what I think about during a live game at the moment. one of the questions I asked was, when I started asking like the audience questions, like, what decision would you made up there and why? Right. One of my questions was, I made a read there and it worked out. And my example was I don't remember if it worked out or not, but the idea was, do you agree with that decision? Why or why not?
Mm-hmm.
And then that situation, there wasn't exactly a clear-cut right or wrong answer. The most important part is you have a reason to back up your answer.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just because I felt like it, or like it shouldn't just be because I felt like he was going to do X or because I felt like he was going to do Y. It has to be, if you are going to say that, you have to say why did you think they were going to do that, not just a gut feeling.
Yeah.
Right. If your other reason is spacing, health, time, etc., give that reason.
Mm-hmm.
Right. The reason shouldn't just be it was a guess. The reason shouldn't just be like it was a read. You need to have like a clear-cut, solid reason to back it up. Something that you can argue with somebody.
Yeah, it's either like timing, spacing, or even
like why
habit, or like if they have a habit where it's like 100% of the time they do this, then that's a reason, but it's not always going to work out because what if they just spent like 2 hours conditioning you to think that?
Yeah. So the reason should be, why are they more likely to do this over that? And the answer shouldn't be based on the player, should be based on more the game.
Yeah.
And then finally, you mentioned, well, you already did say walking out. Yeah, that's a good base. And today we're gonna start talking about playing that fireball game, that bullet hell or Danmaku. I didn't make it through.
Yep.
Let's change the title. Fighting Game Fundamentals.
Oh yeah,
episode 3. And then let's call it the bullet hell or / Danmaku.
Yeah, give me just...
Or navigating the bullet hell or navigating the Put down my Martin pillow.
Okay. And then I'm gonna... This will do.
Okay. Yeah, so what are your thoughts about the fireball game? Do you understand it? Do you not? What do you understand? What do you not understand?
I believe I understand a decent amount, just especially with ST, like pretty much like actually every character I've named is a fireball character. So, but there are different aspects to it, like, because like if you're playing like charge versus motion, you'll definitely have one side be on a disadvantage just because of the limits on when they could throw fireballs, because like charge characters have a few frames difference between when they can throw their next fireball versus a motion character. But
so what I want to talk about today is how to navigate the bullet hell when, one, you don't have a fireball yourself or you're trying not to use a fireball, and number two, when you don't have a anti-fireball tool. Modern games now have like a full screen neutral skips that are like fireball invincible.
yes.
But what if you don't have that, right? Even in modern games where there are tons of anti-fireball tech or anti-fireball like game mechanics, there's still going to be those characters who are just missing them or have less, or some guy can just react to your anti-fireball tech for whatever reason, right? What do you do then? Do you know how to? What do you understand about playing against a fireball character when you don't have one?
First step, especially especially corner based, but also useful in neutral, is one of the best tools to deal with a fireball character would be to just neutral jump their fireball, because you've now limited when they can throw their next one. If it whiffs completely, they have to wait for it to exit the screen before they can throw a new one. Well, actually in neutral, it's actually better because you've now given them a lot longer to wait than in the corner, where you'll, like, almost as soon as you land, they're going to be able to throw another one. That's one good technique that sweeps across games, because you don't have to worry about, like, parry, focus attack, drive parry, any meter.
And again, this is fighting game fundamentals, so this should be universal. That's why I'm saying I'm not going to go into like anti-fireball mechanics. I'm not going into that. I'm just going to, your tools. You have your buttons, you have your motion, you have the frame data, you have positioning.
Yeah. Certain positions, like, you can jump forward, but you have to be mindful, especially in certain matchups like frame data and allude to, they can DP right after you get in the air. So, like, there's certain spaces where you can, like, forward jump a Ryu or a Ken, and it may not always... And you'll be able to, but, like, there's certain spaces, and it's very dependent, where if you jump in, you're going to get DP'd. Yeah. And, like, in that range can change. ST, for example, like, it can change between Ryu and Ken, or even their old versions can be different. Or if you're facing an old Sagat, like, the ranges change dramatically. But then you're also looking at, like, a down back character like Guile, like, or DJ. Their ranges are different than a Ryu or Ken.
Yeah, you got the base of it. And again, this fighting fundamentals is people who know how to play. Mm-hmm. But again, it's for people who can't make out of pools. This is sort of like, what's that next step where, like, there's no guide for, like, this awkward state where it's like, you beat the scrubs, but you can't beat the people who know what they're doing.
And we're basically right now, because I know a lot more about this, because I've had to contend with it a lot, just to, like, make it deep into ST brackets. It's like, this is almost like the nuclear fission of playing a fighting game, because a lot of people will just, like, brainlessly jump into fireball characters that have thrown a fireball and to hell with range, and then end up getting their jump in hit.
And in terms of a grounded, 2D based traditional fighter, shout out to that Korean video for categorizing them. ST has, like, one of the most powerful, if not, like, the most powerful fireball game out of those types of games. Right, so this is a great game to learn how to deal with fireballs, because fireballs are tough, and other than, like, supers, you pretty much only have your fundamental tools to get past this shit.
Yeah, well, there's also, like, other things, like, other nuances I can say is, like, the pushback within the fireball game in ST is more cruel than, like, a Third Strike or a Street Fighter 4. Yeah. Or even a Street Fighter 6 versus ST, and then with the example of 6, like, it's even more cruel in here because you're guaranteed chip with a fireball here. Like, chip only comes into play when you're burned out, and that's about the only time that you don't have, like, your universal mechanics to get you through the fireball hell.
Do you know what Justin Wong says when he plays ST?
I do not know.
I just want to throw plasma. If you want to throw plasma, you play this game. You get to throw plasma for free.
And this is why he plays Old Sagat. It's the fastest method to keep chucking it.
I've been on a cab at, like, Summer Jam. Obviously, like, the good players haven't arrived yet, but, like, I'm not that cruel when there's somebody beside me, but when there's opposite me, I don't know who's there.
Yeah.
I've run the cab just by constantly throwing fireballs and doing nothing else. Like, that's how strong fireballs are in this game.
I know I've done that. I know I did that at CEO with old Chun. Just like doing Kara Fireball, Kara Fireball, Kara Fireball, and finally seeing a jump in and just walking forward and doing stand forward. And you could tell the caliber of, you could tell players' mentality dealing with fireballs by doing something like that, and then if it's on a head-to-head, just feeling the cab just like bang. Because they're kicking the cabinet every time you guess correctly against them.
Before we get started, I want to show you absolutely how powerful fireballs are in this game, and this is my absolute favorite combo in this game. Go into my USB.
Okay. Do you want me to close this though?
Yeah, close it.
Okay, so
open up, yeah, that. Go into timestamps.txt. That link right there.
this one, right?
Yes. It's a very short clip. It's
Let me go to desktop.
It's from like an online match I played like years and years and years ago. That was clipped. But this is my favorite combo, and you'll see why. If you know who I am, you'll know why it's my favorite combo.
Oh my god. Keep starting to like.
It's the best combo. Right? That's how powerful fireballs are in this game.
Oh my lord. That's
right. Like
also that's evil.
People know that you can do it with Sagat, but I mean, old Ryu can do that.
I may have done that. No, actually, I haven't. But anyway, no. That's.
I mean, even new Ryu can probably still do that.
Probably, if you really think about it.
Yeah, and old Ken definitely can. Yeah. So it's one of the most powerful fireball games, and if you can weave through the bullet hell in this game, you'll do fine in other games. So let's start off. Fireball trap. That's what we need. The basic fireball game. To go against a fireball, you have to know at least on the offensive side what the fireball trap is. You know what it is?
Yeah. So you get them into a spacing, typically in the corner, because that's like the most optimal way to set it up, and you put them in a zero-sum game where they eat the fireball clean. It chips them to death because it's hard to escape.
I'm gonna stop you there.
Yeah,
you're going way too far ahead.
Okay, but it's just literally like getting them into an optimal space where you can just chuck a fireball in infinite amount of times.
Simpler than that.
Yeah.
Simpler than that. Let's start up ST.
Yep.
And this is the beginning of like that experimental stuff I was showing you. It was a long pause at the beginning because I was explaining to that guy what a fireball trap is, and then I was demonstrating how it works, and I had him try it. Very, 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 very simple. The basis behind the fireball game, and I'm gonna throw you there because on the side. The fireball trap, 2 steps. Slow fireball, fast fireball.
There we go.
That's a fireball trap. That's it. Why is it a fireball trap? What's so special about that?
So, light fireball's going to put them in block stun. First off, for the fast fireball to come in immediately after, keep them in block stun. Now they have higher block stun for the slow fireball to catch again.
Almost. You're not in block stun for the entire time.
Right.
It looks like it, but try jumping.
Yeah.
It looks like you're in block zombie time, but you have time to jump. That's the fireball trap.
Yeah. Because now if I try to jump, I'm going to get hit.
Yeah. So fireball trap is slow fireball, fast fireball. And there is time to start a jump, but not enough time to actually get off the ground if it's timed right. If it's timed right. I'm not the best at fireballing. But yeah, if it's timed right, there's no
like there.
Yeah. There's no space to jump out. That is the fireball trap. Any more complicated explanation is just building on that.
Yes.
So how can you build on that?
So now, if you do fireball, fast fireball, I jump, you now have options. You can throw.
No, not even without interaction from the other player. Is there a scenario where we can sneak in a third fireball into that trap?
Let's say again.
Is there a scenario where you can sneak a third fireball into that trap?
I don't know.
For free.
Not sure.
Okay.
So show me.
Yeah. Sure. I need you to land on the fireball.
Okay. Cross over.
Yep. Jump and then land on the fireball. And grounded. Be knocked down.
Yep. Nope.
You know what? You jump, I'll knock you down.
Okay.
You just keep jump. You just jump, and then I'll knock you down.
There we go.
Give it a pause. I can't. I wanna actually I don't wanna guess. I wanna actually time it. Just wait for a timeout.
Oh, sorry. Short first. There it is. Yeah, and if I jump the third fireball, I'm also going to get knocked down.
What did I do to sneak a third fireball in there?
Meaty.
Yeah. A slow, meaty fireball. Slow, meaty fireball. Slow, meaty fireball. No gap between a slow, meaty fireball and a non-meaty slow fireball. So you can extend the two fireball trap to a third one if you get a knockdown. They just have to wait longer and you get a free chip.
Yeah.
Or if you try and get out, they'll get knocked down. Now on the other end of that, now it depends on the other player, right? So slow, fast. Now it's like slow, fast. And here's the final part of the fireball trap. It's slow, fast, and then you wait for a jump in.
Yep.
Slow, fast, and you wait for a jump in.
Yep.
That's the fireball trap. And most people when they explain, they'll add that third one in, which is not necessary. If you can make them block a slow fireball, you can just throw a fast one. That's the trap.
Yeah.
Everybody goes overboard when they explain the meaty, because that's not necessary. But slow fireball, fast fireball, wait, that's the trap.
And if I jump in,
yeah, uppercut.
Yeah. All right. There's the DP.
Right, slow, fast.
If I neutral jump, then you could fireball and
start again. Yep.
And make them land on it.
Yep. Yep. Or even if they block it, you're still an advantage.
Yeah.
Because they're in blocks, then you can do another one.
Yep.
You can say that was a slow fireball, fast ball right afterwards, and then stop again.
Yep.
We'll do it on this side. Slow, fast, stop. Right?
Yep.
Slow, fast, stop.
And then DP.
Yeah.
Slow, fast. If I walk forward.
Yeah. Don't throw that fireball.
Yep.
You just wait.
Yep. Slow, fast. If I neutral jump,
Yeah.
medium fireball, land on it.
Yeah. That's it.
Restart.
Like, what can you do to get out right now?
The only thing is to walk forward.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, and that is your like. That's why the corner is so bad. That's your best option, but it's still pretty bad.
Yeah, because all you have to do is just push me back in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And with old Ryu, it's actually with an ST with Ryu, it's actually really easy to do. You could just sweep and cancel it into fireball, and they're stuck right back in there. They gain 0 ground.
Yeah, you don't even need to sweep. Like I always forget to do the sweep, but I don't even do that.
But even I think low forward does the exact same thing. But
yeah, like you like I don't even need it. I will start doing low forward and sweeping. If I'm losing like really badly, then I'll start doing that.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessary until you fight those like really good players.
Yeah.
Slow, fast, and then stop.
Yep.
That's the trap. Once you've gotten though afraid of jumping, again.
Well, yeah, because there is more to their options. My options, not everybody's.
So what I said before. You have other. So when you're waiting.
We'll do it on this side.
Yeah. So again, you're waiting. That's the plan. You're waiting.
And so my option there. If I try to reversal there, I'm gonna get hit. Missed it again. That's about the best option, but he could neutralize the fireball.
But I don't even have to. You see, I just blocked.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the plan.
Why is my what?
You're doing it too early.
Okay. That was not early.
No, it was way too early. And again, remember last time I said about keeping your spacing, right? You got knocked further back. I walked forward to scroll the screen and I took my position.
Mm-hmm.
So just to review from last time. This is building on what we went over last time.
Yeah. I'm used to Sailor Moon. This is why I keep trying to guard cancel. And then, but because of the amount of ground I can gain, I whiff low forward. And he just puts me right back.
Yeah, you gain ground, but like I said,
but then I immediately lose
like you said,
the same ground.
Like you said, one of the reasons why the fireball is so strong in this game is the knockback. Go to mid screen.
Yeah. That was a quarter of the screen.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why fireball is so fast. 2 of those and you're back in the corner.
Now show this coupled with a low normal to add to the pushback, because I want to stress this. Like, it's not the most OP thing, but it is very helpful. And especially, I would say great for old Sagat, because like he could just like
low roundhouse. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Right.
I'm used to being. Oh yeah, mid screen. Yeah, you have to show the pushback.
That was half screen. That was half screen with the low forward. Show a low roundhouse. I think it's slightly greater. Yeah, that was like about 60% of the screen with low roundhouse. Which, I mean, this is an ST thing because Capcom deemed the sweep cancel.
So like so like I said, if you like this is that's why I said if you can navigate fireballs in this game, you can navigate fireballs in any game, because not only are fireballs super powerful, you're navigating a lot more. You're getting a lot more practice navigating this game than others do, just because of that knockback.
Yeah.
Right? And like I said before about deviating from that standard procedure, right? 90% of the time, even 95% of the time, depending on who you're playing, that's all you're doing. You're not throwing a third fireball. You're not throwing anything after the fast fireball.
Yeah.
Right? slow, fast. You're not doing anything after at that. Yep. Okay. This is it. Right?
I see I'm already back to neutral.
Yeah. If they can't even pass this test, you do not do anything else.
Yep. This is why I stress that neutral jump is so important here. Is it does
Good spacing, by the way.
Huh?
Good spacing, by the way.
Thank you. But basically, because the neutral jump is so powerful, because it takes away reusability to throw a fireball immediately. If you're in block stun, you can throw it immediately. If you walk forward and get hit, he throws it immediately again. But if you neutral jump, he has to wait until it's cleared the entire screen. Like the tip of that hitbox has to be gone.
So in ST, the fireball actually is still technically on screen, even though it's not visible. So it's actually longer in ST than you expect from, say, other games.
Yeah. So essentially, in modern games it's different because like the moment that the hitbox is gone, they register it as gone. But yeah.
In ST, the fireball still exists even though it's off screen just for a little bit.
Yeah. So it's very important to like understand that. So the neutral jump is infinitely more important in this game than it would be in a modern game. Yeah, but it's still important.
And you can tell how the fireball works in ST in like combo videos or like some of the glitched console versions where you can have two fireballs on the screen.
Yeah.
And you or they can cancel and like you can like extend the screen and see how far that fireball exists before it actually disappears.
Yeah.
And you know like some combo videos you'll see that, and then certain bug versions of console versions of ST.
Yeah.
So.
Forgot to turn down the video because I'm getting overloading.
Do one frame.
Huh?
Do one frame instead of two.
That helps. Okay.
You want to eliminate when you know you're the better player. You can use that corner. It's fine.
Okay.
When you know you're the better player, you want to eliminate any guesses as possible. You want to eliminate them getting lucky and getting out of this trap.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you know you're the better player, if you know you're the better player. You're, that's why you don't throw that better fireball. You're not giving them the chance to guess right at you taking a third action and getting hit.
Yeah, because and at some point I like to harp on this because I see a lot of people do this, and I think especially in modern titles because the concept of set play became so heavily prevalent, especially from 5 onward. That there's a point where you do something so much that it just becomes autopilot. And here you could literally go into autopilot of doing the fireball trap, and they eventually do something that you're not expecting because you've shut your brain down, and you're just focusing on one tactic.
Here's the thing. Autopilot is you taking an action. This is you not taking an action.
Right.
After the slow fireball, fast one's guaranteed.
Yeah. But if you do the third one, that's more an autopilot.
Yeah, so you don't want autopilot.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to drive home.
Because you're actively watching for a jump.
You're watching for a jump or any other, because right there you get to throw.
Right, yeah, even if you mess up, again, this is why fireballs are so powerful. Even if you mess up and you don't anti-air properly, there's so many ways to there's
a plethora of options. There's a plethora of options that you can take.
Yeah, to cover your mess up. And still be at a huge advantage.
Yeah. Which makes it infinitely more complex
Yeah.
than the simple mechanics.
And I want to move on to the next part, but I really want to drive home because so many people because like you don't get like Justin Wong, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, not losing any tournament anymore.
No, you don't.
Because why? Because people are guessing, and the game forces you to guess.
Yeah.
And even in modern games, people are so used to that. They're guessing when they don't need to.
When you can actually take like a calculated move.
Yeah.
Versus
like something safe rather than
versus assuming a situation and making a play that could be that's still high risk and low and maybe high reward, but it's still high risk, which could cost you more than the reward.
You want to remember, always exceptions, always have a reason to break the rules.
Mm-hmm.
The rule is you want to have zero chance of getting you want zero. You want to make zero commitments.
Yes.
No commitments. Right? You don't want
to overcommit and end up on the losing end.
You don't. Yeah, like you want to do something that cannot be punished, or if punished, very, very, very weakly.
Yes.
So now, finally, once you've gotten conditioned to not jump, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're watching for the fast fireball. Now is the time for the person on the disadvantaged side to take a guess.
Yes.
That is a reason to take a guess. That is a reason to break from the standard.
Yep.
You're on the losing side. You're going to lose anyway if you do not take the risk.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, after the fast fireball, you take a guess.
Yes.
Jump, the scrubby thing to do, which
will almost always get punished.
Because the good players...
That's what they're conditioning you for.
Yeah. Like that is their default action. Their default action is to wait. So if you jump in on them, they have no reason to take a risk. They are never going to stop waiting after that fast fireball. That gap will always have an uppercut behind it. Every single time.
Yep.
So now your guess is either move forward or jump, but you're almost never going to jump.
Yep.
So now Ryu and if I went for an uppercut there, that every time in ST, every time you can block, you could have uppercut there.
Yeah.
So that could have been an uppercut.
Exactly. So.
But yeah, every time I throw a fireball after a fast fireball, that's a risk I needed to take that I didn't need to.
Yeah.
Right? If they are so good at footsies, if they passed this test, and if they are so good at footsies that they can tag you and get out of the corner without jumping, finally, at that point, then you have a reason to take a risk and maybe throw a third fireball.
Yeah.
Or a fourth one.
So essentially what you're describing is a knowledge check. Do they know how to escape this? If so, then I now have the reign to actually throw more fireballs because they are not going to jump it, but they can walk right into it.
But even then, test them. Still, not even a knowledge check. They're just their skills and fundamentals check.
Yes.
Because even if they know not to jump, let them walk in on you
and see what they do.
And like, how good are they? Like, can you put them back in the corner without throwing that third fireball?
Yeah, because like, what if they walk forward and just immediately hit a button? Then you're going to. Then you know you can also still DP that. Yeah,
and one of the options I talked about last time was walk forward block, just to get that extra range, just to see what the other person's doing, right? Yeah. 90% of the time, people are just observing, right? All the best players, they look like they're doing stuff, but they're doing stuff that is zero risk or next to zero risk, and they're just observing. They're just doing this. They're throwing out like shorts, mediums, something that you can't react to.
Or you... And because it's gimmicks, I know you're not, like, showing it, but, like, even in ST, there's still fake fireball. There's, like, at any point, he could stand short after crouching, and that looks like a fireball's about to come out. Because people will react to the crouch more than they will react to the fireball coming out.
Wait, if you cannot, if you're at the point where it's like, okay, if I don't take a guess, I might lose this.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you take a guess.
Mm-hmm.
Even when you're at this.
Yep.
Okay. So even if they pass the knowledge check. Even if they pass the knowledge check. If I'm going to lose against this person, if I keep doing this, if I keep waiting after the fast fireball, and I might lose. Look at how long I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm still winning. Like even if you don't take that uppercut, even if you mess up, you don't take that uppercut or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still winning.
Yeah.
I don't need to guess. I can continue to wait. Like, you have to give me a reason to take that risk.
And I've only been showing Chun in this because Chun has a fireball. It's a different game than someone like Cammy that has no fireball. We'll never have a fireball.
See, I didn't even do that meaty fireball there.
Yep.
I just did slow and fast. Because that meaty fireball isn't necessary. I'm just waiting after every fireball. If I can throw a fireball and you're able to jump over and hit me, I just won't throw that fireball.
Yeah.
That was a bad fireball.
Yeah.
But the idea is, if you can get punished for throwing that fireball, no matter how remote that chance is,
Yeah.
do not do it.
Yep.
Like you should, if you're that much better than that person, you should be able to win without doing it.
Yeah. Exactly. That makes sense.
If the other person is finally that good, where they can still threaten you if you throw a fireball that can be punished. Or if you don't throw a fireball that can be punished. Right?
Yeah.
Plenty of options to anti-air, plenty of options to do whatever without, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know how to play Cammy. I could probably not even throw a fireball at all.
Right. I mean, I kind of do, but it's been a long time.
Right?
And my Cammy was better in HD Remix because better inputs.
Oh yeah, I threw a fireball. Just gotta have it, but like...
Ooh.
Oops.
Oh, that was not supposed to be
a throw. Yeah, that was supposed to be a throw, not a fireball. But yeah, like I'm confident enough that you suck so much at Cammy because I've never seen you play Cammy. That's why.
Like I said, I like my HDR.
Yeah.
Cammy was so much better.
Yeah, but I'm assuming because I've never seen you play Cammy.
Yeah.
That I don't need to use all my tools and I'm still gonna win. Just based on the fact that I've never seen you play Cammy. You're like, I'm assuming you're like, you know, I'm playing against you like if essentially you basically started a game a month ago, basically.
Yeah.
In terms of your Cammy. And that's not to say you're a bad player.
No, exactly.
It's because I know that you just don't know Cammy, period. Right?
Right.
But like even if you won that round, like I don't seriously still think you
No, exactly.
So like maybe I'll throw one here or there. But like for the most part, like why? Like right?
Yep.
Why? Like I can do so much, because I actually sort of know how to play old Wii U, and you have no idea how to play Cammy. Oops! Again, that's a habit.
Yeah. See.
That fireball was a habit. Like,
Yeah.
I could have not thrown a fireball there. Like, you do not have to take that guess. So if they give you a reason to take that guess, then you take that guess. On the offensive side, you have 95% of the time, you have no reason to take that guess. On the losing side, you do have a reason to take that guess.
Yeah.
Because because once you're in the corner and they start the fireball trap, you are done. What did you want to explain with
Yeah, so basically, like, how should a Ryu deal with, or how should a character deal with someone who has a superior fireball game? So I'm literally putting in the character with the superior fireball game.
Sure. Kill me off.
Yep.
So back to that example I gave last time with Cammy versus Honda.
Yes.
If Cammy holds that position, okay, not saying that it's easy. It is hard. That's why it's a bad matchup.
Yeah.
But if Cammy, just kill me off completely. Right. If Cammy can hold that position, she is winning. That's a very big if. But if she does not move an inch in the entire game from that spacing from the opponent, she can absolutely win in that almost impossible Cammy Honda matchup.
Yeah.
How bad is Cammy Sagat?
Isn't that like 7-3?
Probably.
For Sagat?
It's oh, you're playing new Sagat.
Oh no, I have old Sagat.
Oh yeah, no, old Sagat. Yeah, it's probably just as bad, if not worse, than Cammy versus Honda.
Yeah.
You've all seen that video where you know, Sagat and Cammy's at this range, and Cammy is just like, well, just like,
And now
well, again, there's the input lag, so it's harder.
Yeah.
Right. But on like, you've seen like there's footage of me playing offline with Cammy,
yeah,
and there's footage of like Silent Skull playing offline with Cammy against Sagat, and they're just playing hopscotch with the fireball.
Yeah.
Because any jump forward that they can make, there's enough time. No matter almost every single fireball, almost every single fireball, if not all, after her block, Sagat can uppercut afterwards.
Yep.
Or even if she jumps over a fireball at a guess.
Yep.
Right? Like I guessed over a fireball, you happen to throw one, you can still probably uppercut me afterwards. Right? That's why those that's why you see that footage of like
Yep.
Cammy versus Sagat, and they're just doing this all day.
Yep.
Right? They're watching to see if they're not just mindlessly jumping. They're watching to see if Sagat throws a fireball.
Yep.
They're watching to see if it's slow or if it's fast.
Yep.
And then they're jumping. They're literally playing hopscotch.
Yep.
Like. So.
Okay, I have a bad old Sagat.
Let me kill you.
Yeah.
We have an another round of character select. And again, this is why online is such a different game compared to offline.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, yeah.
because offline, I can do that at this range. I can see if Sagat has thrown a fireball or not, if it's a slow or a fast fireball, and be able to jump over it properly. I can do that at this range like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Offline. Online, I'm gonna need a little bit more room, like here.
Yeah, so like here.
Yeah. But again, this spacing changes the matchup because again, like this is not as good of a spacing for Cammy if you can do that than here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, right, that's essentially like I messed up because again I'm not used to this. I'm not used to the spacing. I'm not whatever. But the idea is, I can see if you throw a fireball or not.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't throw a fireball, I don't jump. If you do throw a fireball, I'm seeing whether it's slow or a fast one, and then I'm jumping over it.
Yeah.
I wish I brought my Mister or my ST board so I could show you that. But like again, it's possible. Take my word for it.
Right.
Watch like high level Cammy versus Sagat. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
So you're asking about how to deal with Sagat when you're at just like how do you deal with such an impressive fireball? I'm just gonna play a little bit with you.
Mm-hmm.
I know your Sagat isn't amazing.
It's rudimentary.
But give me your thoughts. Like it's actually good because I can show more of the tricks.
So essentially, this is going to be a real match.
Yeah, because it's actually good because I have more options to show you the tricks the disadvantaged sides can do because you're giving me more of those opportunities. Let's do one more.
Yeah.
Up, down,
Oh wait.
down, up.
Yeah. I tried to do the diagonal. I don't know why I did that on a hitbox, but
I'll just kill you off.
yeah, just kill me. Oop.
I want to practice my combo. You see, I just dropped, so.
Yeah. I blame 5K.
Oh my god. Also, Sagat's taller, so.
Yeah. That was supposed to be a throw. notice the walking forward.
And I didn't jump unless you threw a fireball.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking out for it. They're not guesses. Right? Like the one time I jumped when you didn't throw a fireball, you threw a low roundhouse and that faked me out into thinking it was a fireball because you did that crouch.
Yeah.
So thoughts?
Much more pressure because you're reacting, or you're reading and reacting to what's happening on the screen. You're reading the fireball, the timing, the speed. You're
Don't say read, because when you say read, people think guess.
Okay.
Identifying
You see what is happening on the screen.
Identifying and reacting.
Yeah. And you're acting accordingly to what's happening on the screen. Versus
and the spacing as well.
Yeah.
Right? Remember, when, like you said, when you jump over a neutral jump, when you neutral jump over a fireball, it gives them time, or it gives you time for the next fireball, where they're stuck, they can't throw.
Yeah, and even with Hold Sagat, like his fireball is fat. Like even a fast fireball, he still has to wait.
Yeah, and his normals are long, but they're not that long. Like
No.
there's room for you to maneuver.
Yeah.
Right? And the second thing I wanted to point out in the lesson was, or the first, anti-fireball fundamental was neutral jumping, and you already covered that. You already knew that.
Yeah, that was one of the first things to cover, and it's honestly one of the first things that you should learn. And because the scrub mentality, or even like the mid-level mentality that maybe isn't scrubby but still has tendencies, will be to jump forward every time. So it's something that, as someone that has played this bullet hell for 16 years, the best thing to do is to unlearn the jump forward as your go-to and start thinking about neutral jump.
Remember, it's a spacing game.
Yeah.
Whenever your opponent is stuck and cannot move, and remember, it's your walk speed as well. Basically, if you can't move, you're at a disadvantage. You want to stay mobile. Neutral jumping and landing gives you more time to move than blocking, and jumping forward is a risk, and jumping back and losing space.
Yes. And in the corner, jumping back, depending on like how the jump speed, jump frames, jumping back can actually be as detrimental as jumping forward, because neutral jump can actually land faster than a back jump.
And you have to work your way back in again.
Well, I'm talking about like if you're completely in the corner. Like people will think, oh, I can either jump back or neutral jump, but it's not always the case because the jump frames could be different. So I wanna stress that, because that's another important facet to this, is like people thinking that, oh, jump neutral jump in the corner or jump back in the corner is no different. No, there actually is a difference. So you need to be mindful of neutral jump is typically the best solution across the screen.
Pick another fireball character.
And we have another powerful one with a powerful anti-air.
So when can you jump forward then, as a non-fireball character against a powerful fireball character?
That's the one I would have you explain, because I feel like with Guile, even more so than like a Old Sagat or a Ryu or a Ken, it's very spacing dependent, because you don't want to, because like if I throw from here and you jump forward, I have multiple options.
You don't play Guile.
I do. It's just been a while.
But yeah, like your idea is right. You're not timing it right. Don't bother doing. Don't. What are you doing? I'm hearing like pianoing and stuff.
Oh, I always piano my fireballs.
No, pick a fireball.
Okay.
And if you're worried about execution, double tap.
Yep. So at that space, and even there, like, I'm actually winning. Because if you land on if you take an empty jump and land and I sweep, that's 2 hits to push you back. And you're almost back to where you started.
And if you're really on point, you get the.
I can get the flash kick.
No, if you're really on point, you can get the. There's no trip guard on.
Oh, that's true. That is true. So like if you're pretty perfect, like yeah, you can hit the trip guard. But even if they land and you sweep them, you win. You win. Cammy is right back to her original spacing. Guile can just once again do a sonic boom and.
So I think you're able to figure out at least the most obvious time when you can jump forward.
Yeah.
Just based on thinking about it a little bit, think about spacing.
Yeah. You have to be for Cammy. You have to be much closer.
And just thinking about you know what you were just trying just now with barbells.
Yeah.
When can I jump forward? When can I jump forward? When can I jump forward risk free?
From there?
Well, anywhere.
You would literally almost have to be a character's length away, because you need. For me, the best spot to do this would be an area where you would cross up.
No. You want to stand outside of the character's jump arc.
Mm-hmm.
In ST, that's more so than in modern games.
Mm-hmm.
Modern games you can sort of walk back.
Mm-hmm.
In ST,
yeah.
This is proximity guard.
Yeah.
Right. This is no proximity guard, but this there is.
Yeah.
So you want to be further out and walk in if you need to be able to land your uppercut or your anti or your whatever. You want to be outside of your jump arc. But when can I jump in for free?
Full screen is a free jump in, especially with Guile, because I can't. You're not getting that much push block from the second hit of the roundhouse. So if I do that, you've actually gained ground. First off, I can't Mexican uppercut and go back again. Oh, do it again. I'm messing up my timing. Ah, shoot.
Well, I wasn't full screen.
Kill me?
Yeah, I can't.
Well, you can. Alright. I'm gonna try this one more time. So for full screen.
Oops.
I'll try without SOCD. Why am I missing my flash kick every time? Try again. Can't flash kick.
Yeah.
So it took 2 minutes for me to show it, but from full screen she can jump at me, and pretty much any character can jump at me, and like especially for an empty jump. If I crouch fierce, it's gonna whiff because it's very stubby. If I sweep, at the very worst, it's going to be like a 10% pushback. So, of screen space. So she gains ground still. And if I flash kick, it whiffs completely. It's also high risk, so now she has more space that she can gain, or a punish.
So, yeah, one thing I want to mention is that it almost doesn't matter how far the pushback is. do the sweep.
Yep.
Because
She gained ground.
yeah, it's look, it's this little, but the important part is you gain ground.
Yes. And now you can start working closer towards your optimal space.
From this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I will even like sometimes at this range, where like their fireball game or their whatever is really on point, or I'm having a bad day or whatever. I'm having a bad day. It happens.
Yeah. And then also
I might just walk back to full screen just to do that.
Yeah. And then also now she's at a spacing where if she neutral jumps a fireball, she's giving herself more opportunity to gain ground.
Yeah. Remember I said the good players don't throw a fireball if it's possible that they can get hit if that fireball was thrown.
Yes.
Now she's at that range.
Yeah.
If you throw a fireball, you're getting hit.
Yeah.
So you said for charge characters. What's different about a motion character?
Motion characters have let's
Do you want to do the jumping instead of me? Because I can actually execute.
yeah, you give me a I'll do let's do okay.
Okay. What's different about a motion character?
All right. So throw a fireball. Well, the thing is like because they're not charging, and their best moves are not unlocked by down back, they have more incentive to walk forward than a Guile, than a DJ would, than a Chun would. So,
A forward jump.
yeah. Or even a headbutt. Now all you have to do is just push me back.
But remember, what if the character doesn't have an anti-fireball tool like that?
Yeah.
We're doing basic stuff.
Now you've walked forward,
Yeah.
and you can just continue unabated.
Yeah. So depending on the walk speed, depending on the pushback, depending on whatever, they might even be able to walk forward and fully land an uppercut.
Yeah.
Boxer has a shorter jump range, but if you chose like Chun, for sure, she'd be in uppercut range.
Yeah.
If you chose Cammy, for sure, she'd be in uppercut range if she sticks out a button.
Let's show another one, because let's do Honda. He does have a decent jump arc, and you can oh, actually he doesn't. Let's go with who has a better jump arc?
Just do Chun.
Huh?
She has the worst one. Just do Chun.
Chun? Oh, you may want to key in.
I mean, I could have done it with Honda too. Just I hit a kick instead of a punch by accident. I like rested my hand on the.
Oh, okay. I thought I actually picked someone with the exact same jump arc as Boxer.
Honda is definitely far enough to do something about it.
Yeah.
But I rested my hand on this button, and basically, the idea is I can walk forward.
Yeah.
So the idea now is to wait until you're stuck after a fireball.
Yeah.
At full screen. Like I'll choose God because it's more clear. Because God has even more a shorter recovery than Ryu.
Yeah. So reset.
Yeah. Like you can see it there already, but it's much more obvious.
Yeah. Whoa.
Oh, just my directions are busted then. Because I just selected Ken, but yeah, my directions are busted. Maybe that issue you were having wasn't your stick.
No, I was on my PS5.
Oh. It switched to the other one for whatever reason.
Oh, that's weird.
You know what it could be? You have a I should be fine now.
Okay, we're good.
Let me one more time.
Okay.
Like you can see it with Ryu, but it's much more obvious with Ultigat.
Yeah. So let's go.
React. Don't
Oh,
guess.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
That's the key. React.
Yep.
No
Let's do it. And I just got DP'd.
And I'm pressing kick because I'm used to camming.
Oh yeah.
I'm pressing kick instead of a punch.
Oops.
Because I'm used to drill and then
Yeah. So you need to do.
Yeah.
Roundhouse?
You saw it. I walked up and then no, I need to do a
Yeah, you. That trades. I
but
back
still,
out.
But still, I'm in range basically.
Yeah.
No, full screen.
Full screen. Sweet.
Right, like.
Sweet. Yeah.
So, yeah. So now the difference is, one, like you said, neutral jump.
Mm-hmm.
That's an option. And then walk forward afterwards, and you can head stomp to neutral jump, walk forward. Neutral jump, walk forward.
Yeah. Nope.
React. Don't guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
See it, identify it, and then jump. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an option.
Except I'm. Wow, I am over on that.
Don't be antsy. You have to be. Wait
Okay.
for it to come closer.
Yep.
Wait for it to go.
I
closer.
did.
No, that was like a pixel closer. It has to be like, yeah,
There we go.
yeah. That's an option.
Yeah.
The other option is, when I say the good players are observing, they're observing, but they don't want to make it super obvious that they're just observing, right? When I was teaching somebody, I was making it super obvious I'm just observing because I'm just sitting there, I'm doing nothing at all.
Yeah.
But if I want to do something, I want to make it seem like, you know, I'm gonna be like throwing random stuff in there. Wait till you can actually sometimes sneak in a jump if you see that they're stuck in something.
Yeah, like a roundhouse.
At full screen.
Yeah, because now I know that you can't DP me. You can't Tiger Knee me. You can't walk forward and sweep me.
Yeah, so that's how that changes. If a motion character, again, everything depends on walk speed and spacing and jump arcs or whatever. If a motion character can anti-air you from full screen, you can still sort of sneak in that jump. If you see them.
If you see them commit to something.
Yeah, and for them that commitment is safe. Worst thing, they let you in a little bit, which is not the best.
Yeah.
But
here is still pretty favorable for Sagat.
Yeah.
Like at worst, he might get one trade. Is she low forward something that he throws, or even like a stand forward?
Yeah, and those two options, that's all you really need against Old Sagat.
Yeah.
Neutral jump and then jump forward at full screen. Only at full screen if you see them stuck in something.
Yeah.
But if not, because Sagats are gonna do this, you're getting hit. Like if Sagats you know, you're getting hit. Well, you did a
Yeah,
head stop.
which is another great
anti-fireball tech, but
it's a great tool for Chun.
we're not covering that.
We're not covering that.
Yeah, and then once you get into this range, wait till time runs out.
Yeah.
So the range everybody thinks is Sagat's best range, right? Because sometimes, you know, it's so hard to get in ST.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the best you can do is here, which everybody knows is Sagat's best range, right?
Yeah. Because he covers everything.
But you see, I had time to throw a fireball, which means I had time to uppercut. Look, I had time to act before you did, which means I had time to uppercut. So what now? Right? What now? You've made it in this far. You can't make it in any further. What now? What do you do now?
Now it's guess. Now at this point, with the light bars as they are and the spacing, you have to make a guess. And at that point, he could have DP'd.
Yeah. So again, what now?
I already have.
Could have DP'd. What now?
Yeah. So for her, the what now becomes.
What now? Tell me when you give up. Oops.
Yeah. All right. Explain.
Now you can footsie against Sagat.
Here you go.
I remember telling somebody footsie against Sagat. They're like, footsie against Sagat? What the hell? Now you can footsie against Sagat.
Okay.
No.
Oh, yeah.
No fireball. Now you can footsie against Sagat. Don't jump. You can uppercut here. Even if you guess a fireball, he can uppercut you. Don't jump.
Yeah, it's really hard.
What button did you press earlier when you hit me? That's what you're missing.
Low forward.
No, that's not the button you hit.
I don't know then.
Sweep.
Oh, sweep. Okay.
Yeah. But you don't even need sweep. Even like a crouch fierce will reach him.
Okay. Let me try that. There it is.
Yeah.
Deceptively big hitbox.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, how did I play footsies against Justin Wong? You know your normals, know your spacing.
Yep.
Know your normals, know how far they can reach, right? If you can keep that spacing and hold on to it, you're playing footsies against Sagat. You can win.
Yep. That makes sense.
Right? Right? If you can find that positioning and Sagat can't throw fireballs anymore, right? He can't throw fireballs anymore. Suddenly you can walk up and now do your throwing. Now you can walk up and touch him.
Like that?
Don't throw him. Just walk up and touch him. Make him block something. Yeah. Because he can't throw a fireball. He cannot throw a fireball.
Oh yeah, so that was a commission someone else got, so it wasn't me.
But yeah, no, once you get there, Sagat cannot throw a fireball.
Yep.
He cannot do it. That's what people don't understand about this. About playing footsies against Sagat. When you're here, Sagat can't throw a fireball anymore.
Yep. There you go.
That's the key to playing footsies against Sagat. When you get to that range, he cannot throw a fireball anymore. So once he stops throwing fireballs, he can make you block stuff. You can make him block stuff, and he gets pushed further back.
Yep.
Right? You're not crouching. There you go.
Yeah.
You mistimed that one, but
yeah.
The other times you weren't crouching. Yeah. Right, so that's how you play footsies against Sagat.
Yeah.
You have to get into that range where he cannot throw fireballs anymore. Right? It's not free. A fireball is not free here. Most characters have something that can hit him, right? Chun has fewer stuff, but DJ can hit him clean.
Yeah.
With the right. Guile can sort of do his low forward. It won't beat him clean, but it'll whiff punish it. Right?
Yeah.
Once you get into that range, you can footsie against Sagat. And once Sagat stops throwing fireballs, now what does he have to do? He has to start using normals, he has to start walking back, walking forward. If he walks forward, that's even better range for you, because as Chun-Li, you can throw him, he's so close. And Sagat, he can't tech throws.
Yeah.
Throw me. He can't tech throws. Right? So now he has to try and walk back, which he can't if you keep pressing buttons, because he's stuck in block stun.
Yeah.
Right? So what options does he have now? He can't throw his fireball. He can't walk backward to get to his better range. He has to press a button. He has to try and challenge it. Right? And he can't challenge it mindlessly. He's getting beat, you see?
Yeah.
So some Sagats might not even realize that they can't do anything mindlessly. But then the good Sagats will know, and that's when you actually start playing actual footsies like any other character. When Sagats know that that this range, they know, the Sagats know what's up. They have to, now it's actually footsies.
Yeah.
Just like any footsies like before, right? Know your ranges, know your spacing, get your spacing, right? Get your spacing, maximize it, hold it for dear life. And again, that's how you get that. That's what causes that lockstep motion again.
Yeah.
Right? Because Sagat cannot move back. He doesn't have that option. Right? Even in modern games, right? SF6 is a lot shorter, but even in modern games, even here, block stun will usually still activate.
Yeah.
Right? So their only option is to challenge it.
Yeah.
And then once they challenge it, they might hit you, they might not, but then you know his ranges and your own ranges, again, we went over last time, the spacing, hold on to your lats, that is most important. If you can grab your spacing and hold on to it for the entire round, the life bar, except for low time, and except for chip damage range, the life bar does not even matter. If you just get that spot and hold on to it, you're winning, period. Any game.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I was hoping to lead it a lot more, but you were sort of getting ahead of me and asking the questions and pointing out the things. I was gonna get to.
Yeah.
Just not in much detail. All I did was really expand on it, and you were asking the right questions as I was getting to them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's about everything.
All right.
So let's end with, do you have any questions? And then let's experiment with a little bit with what we learned.
Yeah. I don't think there's questions. I think that was pretty well expounded on.
Okay.
So...
Yeah, because let's experiment. Let's experiment with what you just learned. Because,
Oh, you're already
oh,
in.
because last time you did that accidental stream, and I saw you applied it right away. It's already
Yeah.
like world of difference, night and day,
Yeah.
compared to what you were doing before.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to see how you handle this now, knowing what I've just gone over with you. And this is a tough matchup for Shun. It absolutely is.
Yep.
Remember, when is it jump free? See, suddenly I have to start footsie more.
Yeah.
And again, what I went over when we were playing Street Fighter 6 afterwards, was me never missing that Manon Pierce,
Yeah.
right? That hit confirm, right? You know, you've never seen me miss that before. How many times did I miss that against you when we were playing Street Fighter 6? Like a dozen times probably.
Yeah.
Why? Because you were suddenly forcing me to footsie.
Yeah.
That's how you're just doing rush that shit down, and lots of actions to confuse people. That's
Doesn't work.
Doesn't work against the best players.
Yeah.
Right. The only way to get them to use their mental resources enough that they can miss execution
Is to do the things that they aren't prepared
is
for.
to force
Yeah.
they're prepared. They're prepared footsie. To force them to play footsies. To force them to play that footsies game, because that is the game. Again,
Yeah. If you make them activate their mental stack, then they
Because-
may miss things.
because that is the game.
Yeah.
Right. The spacing. That is the game.
Yeah.
So if you're forcing them to actually play the game, there is so much mental stack into getting like pixel perfect spacing.
Yeah.
And holding on to it.
Yeah.
Which is again from last time. That's why we get that lockstep motion. They are focusing like 90%. Well, I mean maybe less. I focus when I'm playing against like Justin Wong, or like when I'm playing against Kevin, or I'm playing against Matson, or I'm playing Alex Valle, right? Like 90%. I am like focused on like that distance, that distance.
Yeah.
That distance. I am.
And if I'm trying to deny that distance,
Yeah.
then you have to think further.
Yeah. And what? I get Justin Wong to miss stuff. I get Matson to miss stuff. Right. I got Matson to like YOLO shit. Right.
Yeah. I remember.
Right. I got Valle is like totally on point. Right. That is what causes that mental stack for the best players, for them to mess up. If you're not doing that, you're not putting enough pressure on the players, like the target players. Right? Again, that's why that's the biggest thing. Again, why people get stuck at that range.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it can't make it out of pools. They can't make top 16. Or in a bigger tournament, they can't make 32.
Yeah.
Right? They can't make top 8, top 16, depending on locals, regionals, nationals, world championships, whatever. That's what's stopping them. They're not playing this game.
Yep.
Right? So the goal is always, how do you get them to play that game, and how do you get your advantage at that game, and how do you keep them playing that game?
Yeah.
If you're not forcing the best players to keep playing this game, then you're not putting enough pressure on them. Pressure isn't about doing stuff.
Yep.
It absolutely is not. It's not doing stuff.
Sometimes it's not doing stuff and letting them.
Pressure is forcing them to be super mindful about their spacing. Pressure is making them super mindful about when to press buttons, when not to press buttons. Right? With punishing, it's so much more tougher and so much more important to get that pixel spacing. It's so much more important to even attempt with punishes. And to not mess it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
Let's do 2 more. Then we'll close this one out. This is like proof of concept. Like, the matches are getting a little more... Oh, crap. Oh, well, I can still play it. I actually learned during lockdown.
And then other tricks you can do, which I can go over, which is planned in next lesson, but I'll go for in more detail later. You see me jumping back a lot? You see me walking back a lot and jumping back a lot?
Yep.
Remember, you can put me in blocks by pressing buttons.
Yep.
To like catch up, yeah. Remember, you can jab and walk forward. And again, there's little tricks you can do to like that I'll be teaching in later lessons. Yeah. Right? So once you're out of range, I stop pressing buttons.
Yeah.
And all players will do that. Like you will not be able to catch them pressing a button when they're at when you normally can push that button against other players. So it's because so you have to focus on can they leave a space? Is it real? Because then you're doing all these fakes, right? Like, is the space they're leaving real? Is it fake? How precise is it? Are they more precise than me in their spacing?
Yeah.
Like if you watch my close to finals matches and tournaments, or even grand finals and tournaments, the biggest mistakes, the biggest turnarounds, are spacing mistakes of 1 or 2 pixels.
Oh yeah.
And it just murders the other guy. That was good. The screen. No, not so good.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, we can go on to the next lesson. We can do your SF6 online accidental stream, which what inspired me to play against Street Fighter 6 to see if it's real or not. I have that on the USB. Or we can just stop.
Let's just stop for today.
Okay.
And we'll continue that in the next one, I guess.
Next one, I'll talk about the standard procedure.
Yeah.
So just to briefly go over, how in poker,
Yeah.
there's a standard betting procedure,
Yeah, exactly.
right? You always, and again, there's always an exception. You always
Exactly.
have a reason to break off of that pattern, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the pattern is you always check after a raise, always. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you have a reason to do it.
Yeah.
Always check after a raise. Because anything other than that gives to the opposing information.
Yeah.
Right? And if you have, if you have a decent hand, depending on your position,
Mm-hmm.
you raise, right?
Right.
3, 4, 5 times a big blind.
Yeah.
Almost always.
Yeah.
right?
There
and
are
then-
some deviations, but that's like the typical.
Like-
but that's standard strategy.
right, like I said with Street Fighter, there are exceptions. You do break from that. You have to understand
Why you are doing so.
what it is. Yeah, but to be able to figure out why you're doing so, you have to understand
What?
what the standard practice
Yeah.
is and why the standard practice is like that, right? So then, post flop, you're before the person you raise. What do?
Check to him.
You're the person who raised. What do?
Usually continuation bet.
Half of the pot.
Half to the 3/5, depending on the texture of the board.
Whatever, right?
But yeah.
Continuation bet.
Yeah.
After the you're after the person who raised. What?
Okay, so after the person that raised, they assuming that they bet the flop.
They did the standard continuation bet.
Depends on if you believe them or not. Do you raise or do you call fold?
Oh, not yet. Not even. Why are you guessing already?
Yeah. You need to have a game plan on how you're going to continue, and it needs to be.
What are your cards? Even if you don't believe him, he's gonna follow the standard bet, right? So standard bet is continuation bet, continuation bet, continuation bet. Check, check, check. So if you don't even have the cards to potentially challenge him, he's not gonna let go of it.
Yeah.
He's gonna check to the river. Right? If you raise without knowing what your cards are, he's gonna take advantage of that. Right?
Yeah.
How about this? You're after the you're the post flop raiser. You don't continuation bet. What's up? That's strange.
Yeah.
Right? The people after, he didn't continuation bet. Why didn't he continuation bet, right? Once you break off of that standard
you
format,
have made them expend more mental energy to analyze what just happened than if you continuation bet.
And you've given them information.
Yes.
You've told them something is not standard about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're gonna give them information, you need a good reason to do that. Right? So you don't do your C bet. They put in a bet and it's a pot size or under. What is that called?
That is a weak lead.
Weak lead. It has a name. These things have a name and there's a reason for that. Why is it called the weak lead?
Because you're not sure where you're at in the hand, but you're trying to take control of the pot by betting. You're also trying to garner information from the pre-flop aggressor and anyone that's behind you in the hand.
Even simpler than that, it's called the weak lead because they're betting, but their hand is weak. Yep. It's not a full bluff.
They have equity. They have equity. They
have
have something, maybe like middle pair, maybe a draw.
But they don't have top pair. They don't have a full hand or whatever.
They don't have a set. They don't have a boat. They don't have quads.
You see, it's giving information.
Well, you don't always not have it, but
if you're breaking from the standard, you're giving some information.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, it depends on history, but even even if it depends on history, if you don't break from the standard format, it doesn't matter how much history they have on you. You've given no information.
Yeah.
Because you followed the standard. Right? Once you make that weak lead, suddenly alarm bells go off.
Yes.
Against the good players. The scrubs, the fish, they'd have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, they could end up folding.
Yeah, whatever. The good players go, weak lead. Like, it's like focus, zoom, boom, weak lead. Like, I think I might have an opportunity here, right?
Yeah.
And then at that point, maybe it starts getting into history, right? Which is why the first week lead I did on the on that what was it, weekly or whatever that you went to. It was the first week lead I made of the night. It was pretty early in the tournament. I had no history because I'd never been there before, right? But I wanted to make sure that guy knew that I knew what a weak lead was. So I mentioned, okay, yeah, I'll do the weak lead, right? Because if a random does a weak lead, that's different from a person who knows what a weak lead is. If a random person does a weak lead, for sure, 100%, not 100%, but like
a decent percentage of the time.
You don't even think about it.
Yeah.
That guy is signaling exactly what that weak lead means. He
has middling holdings.
Yeah.
And if you put a decent amount of aggression on that weak lead,
he's gonna fold.
You will fold them out, or you will make them
exactly,
or that you will get them to call. You may get them to float the flop, but the turn you add more pressure. What are they gonna do?
Yeah. So regardless of whatever hand that I had, whether I had middling or I had top or had nothing, regardless of what I had, I wanted to make sure he wasn't going to autopilot and overbet in future hands as well. Right? So I wanted to make sure then and there he knew that I knew what a weak lead was. I knew the name at least of a weak lead, which probably means I know what that means.
Yeah.
Which knows that I thought about it and I have a reason for making that weak lead. And again, that's the key. Having a reason behind first of all, knowing the reason why that's a standard action, and then secondly, using that to form a reason to decide whether you want to break that standard action. Yeah, and that's what that's what I'm gonna go over next time.
All right. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, I guess.
I don't know, whatever.
But thanks for watching.
Just if you wanna learn more, just keep tuning in.
Yep. Thank you so much.